Welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 11 in the NFL, and right now we are talking with Tony George from Tony George Sports, LockerRoomPicks.com, and of course his Sunday morning radio show on the Yahoo Sports Network. Right now we're going to discuss the Monday night game, Pats at the Panthers. Tony George, thanks for being back with us.
Thanks for having me on, Peter. Looking forward to this big Monday night game.
Yeah, me too. It's an interesting game. I'm happy to handicap this game with you. But man, Tony George, every freaking call, we agree with each other. We think we got a winner, and every week it seems like we lose. Do we just suck at handicapping?
Well, I sure as hell hope not. These freebies are tough ones. You know, when we get to pick and choose here during the week, we're getting ready to do these videos. My premiums have been absolutely on fire, but
all right, there you go.
I got to step it up with the free plays, man.
No, for sure, absolutely. And you don't get the top plays that you want. You have a list of 4 or 5 games to choose from. So, and these NFL lines are very, very tight, and this is a small sample size. So no. My opinion is that we don't suck at handicapping, but we got to step it up. All right, Tony George, let's give a winner here.
You betcha. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. Carolina, Monday night, 2.5 or a 3-point home favorite. And, there's two big factors here. First of all, this game does pit the Pats' weakness against Carolina's big strength, right? The Pats have had a lot of problems on offense this year in general, but one of the most glaring ones has been on the offensive line. They've given up a lot of sacks to Brady, and, of course, that plays right in with Carolina's awesome front seven that can put a ton of pressure on the quarterback. The other factor, though, is that Carolina might possibly be in a letdown spot. They got a defining win, a signature win last week against a top team, San Francisco, and maybe they come in here and are in a little bit of a letdown spot. And if they are, the Pats, Belichick, and Brady off a bye is always the kind of team that's capable of taking advantage of that. So my lean right now would be towards the Pats at +3. What do you think, Tony George?
Well, I'll tell you what, one of us isn't going to suck because we're going to split a decision here, Peter. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay.
Carolina opened up. If you look at the opening line, they were +3, and this thing swung around almost 6 points. And usually that early money is sharp money. Now, the public will beat this around later in the week, but I'm on the side of the sharp money here with Carolina simply because of the matchup on the offensive and defensive. We all talk about Brady and Gronkowski and Amendola's coming back this week. You got Cam Newton. You got Smith at wide receiver. You got a lot of offensive stars, a lot of big names in this game. But I'll tell you what, football games are won and lost in the trenches.
Yes.
Especially on the defensive line. That's how come Kansas City's 9-0.
Right.
Everybody says Kansas City sucks, and they're 9-0. They don't have anybody on all of the offensive stars. Alex Smith, a terrible quarterback. They're beating people up in the trenches, and they're running the football. And they got a quarterback that can manage a game. And Carolina at home in this spot. Now, I understand last week they held a good San Francisco team to 151 yards. This is a San Francisco team that didn't have a real strong schedule their last 5 games, but they were racking up 31 or more in every game, and Carolina shut them down in their own house. And the other thing, too, is a bye week. Well, San Francisco was off a bye week. They had 2 weeks to look at them. They couldn't do jack crap against them. And I tell you what, New England's defense is not that good. And they're weak in the secondary there. Their linebacking unit, you can run on them. I like Carolina at home here. I think the strength of their defensive front seven is going to give Brady all kinds of problems. You take a look at teams where New England had problems this year, Peter, like the Jets, for instance. Teams with good defensive lines gave them fits.
All right, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree, and we'll be guaranteed to go 1-1 this week. I'm going to take New England +3. What do you think of that?
I think I'm going to take Carolina -2.5, where the line is sitting right now.
Absolutely.
Early, we're taping these a little later in the week, but if you can get them under the fall number of 3 at home, guess what? Steak and a beer, you're on, buddy. I'm taking the Panthers at home.
All right, yes, and 2.5 and 3 are both widely available numbers right now, so there's a slight chance we might go 1-0-1 in this video. Thanks so much, Tony.